Welcome back, folks. I am Jon Najarian, and this is 3 at 3. Every business day, we break down for you unusual option activity. We try to emphasize how our discipline would help us cut losses when there are losses, and how our discipline would likewise help us take profits when there are profits. So this isn't just cheerleading for stocks or anything like that. We give you the unusual activity, the strike price that the buyers were buying, whether that's a call to the upside or put to the downside, and we tell you the expiration, not just the strike price, but the expiration. So we give you all the information that we can about the unusual option activity, or UOA. So let's get started, shall we? Our trading conference, yes, I'm going to start with that again because as long as we have a couple tickets left, we're going to tell you that would like to attend in person in Las Vegas, Nevada at the Aria Hotel and Casino. You have days to still buy these tickets. Then they will be gone. And then you will have to attend via Zoom. There's nothing wrong with attending via Zoom. You get a copy of every presentation on Zoom, not just live on Zoom, but you will get a copy of it as well that you'll be able to watch over and over again. All the attendees get that. You'll also, if you attend in person, be able to say hello to many of your favorite folks in person. People like Tom Lee, people like Charlie Shrem, and let me see, Tony Dwyer, Jeff Mackey, my brother Pete, myself, all of our team. We will all be there in person. I hope you can join us. Check it out, marketrebellion.com, or dial up 888-850-2023. That's 888-850-2023. Let's hear those phones ringing off the hook out there so that you know that the last remaining seats are gone. All right, let's take a look at skills, shall we? SKLZ, I had it yesterday for unusual option activity. Love it when they play out this fast, and this one clearly did. Skills closed yesterday at 1177, 2 cents higher than where it was there on your screen. They bought 7,500 of the weekly 12 calls. How did they do? Well, those 12 calls today went from almost nothing, certainly they were out of the money, to when the stock opened at 1365 and ran to 1397, those 12 calls did pretty well for the owners of those calls. Let me see what the high print on the day was for those. It was indeed $2.15. They closed last night at 45 cents. So had you just executed it on the opening at $1.60, you got a triple. You went from 45 cents to $1.60. Bang. Here's a little look. Spikes up, and the spike carried us all the way, like I say, if you pull it up, folks, in the regular session, not just the regular session today, our daily range was 1212 to 1397. That's why you watch, isn't it? Bang. All right. JetBlue is the first of our 3 at 3 today. Stock's $15. They're buying 17 calls out in December. So number one, time frame, December, long time. Second, out of the money by $2. Not huge, but nonetheless, I want to buy the at the money 15s and sell upside calls. And I will do it in the December timeframe because smart money is trading December. I'm trading December. I don't chase the out of the money calls, though. I go with at the money calls. That's what I do. Here is JetBlue, as you see from the April lows when it was a single digit stock, just higher than 6. till when it hit 22 in April. That's a heck of a run. But then look at this, and that was April of last year, of course. Then, as you see, it is here at $15.10. So keep in mind that whenever we're talking about a December option, this is not heavy on the time decay side. Second trade, FUBO, FUBO. So sports broadcasting, streaming, and gambling as well. Stocks just shy of 30 bucks a share. They're buying 8,500 of the SEP 35 calls. So those are approximately $5 full out of the money. I'm not going to buy something $5 out of the money. So what do? These are 24th of September expiration, not regular SEP, 24th of September expiration, FUBO. So what do? Well, if you're me, what I do is I buy an at the money call. So to give you an idea, I'm going to pull up and see where they are, FUBO right now. FuboTV, stock's $29.68, as you see, $29.75 here. What would be a prudent play? Well, again, I can tell you what I did. You have to decide what's appropriate for you. But the expiration we're talking about is 24th of September. I've already said, top of the show, that I trade in the time frame of the people that we're following, the smart money. So those 35 calls are trading for right now. They closed at 47 cents yesterday. They hit a high of 76 cents today. There's 71 cent bid right. No, I'm sorry, 63 cent bid offered at 71 cents. So say somewhere in the neighborhood of 68 cents is where they're trading right now, up about 20, 21 cents from last night's close. So what I will try to do, folks, is when I see something like that, I want to buy an at the money, which you already know. So let's say the 30s. They were trading for just under $2, about $1.99 or something. Let's say $2, makes it easy. Then I want to sell like the 33s for $1. So that means that I've paid $1 for something that could go to $3. I always want better than a 1-to-1 risk reward. So I'm long at 30. I've given somebody else the right to take it from me at 33. Again, moving the odds into my favor and paying about the same as the people that bought those out of the money 35 calls. They paid, let's say, 70 cents or so for those. I paid $1 for that $3 spread. I'm going to be addressing time decay by doing that, and I'm going to be addressing vega or volatility compression as well. Folks, VIPS, bullish call buying, stock is $16.30. They're buying 7,500 of the September 1850 calls. So those are about $2 above where the stock's trading. You already know what I'm going to say. I'm going to buy in at the money, selling out of the money 1-to-1 to express that bullish outlook about 3 weeks into the future. These are regular September expiration calls. There is a look with the stock at 1621. You look at that 52-week range below. 1302 was the low. This is picking up this stock near the 52-week low, not at the 52-week low, but $3 off of that. Look at the 52-week high, 46, nearly 3 times the high of the day today. I like our odds. Let's hope we get it by September expiration, the move that this player anticipates. If we do not, what is my discipline? My discipline will be to cut the loss at 50%. That's what I do, folks. So these calls were trading for 20 cents and 25 cents. I will not cut a loss on something like that, but I didn't buy those out of the money calls. I bought at the money, sold out of the money. That's the way I roll. Now let's take some questions. You've got questions. Many of you do. I hope I have answers. Let's see. At Jon Najarian is my handle. That's John with an O-N, no H in John. Alpha Seeker, whose handle is at ARCHEGOS Risk, R-I-S-K, Archegos Risk. I think many of us remember that Archegos trade from earlier in the year. All right, let's see. With volatility being so low and the VIX under 16, how do you go about protecting your portfolio in the event of a correction? Do you seek out protection via puts in a macro index like SPY or other method? Yes, I do. You have nailed it. What I will do is I will frequently buy portfolio protection based on the portfolio that I have. If I find that I have a small cap portfolio, which I really don't right now, I would trade in the IWM small cap index, and I would buy puts in that index. Since I have an awful lot of QQQ, in other words, NASDAQ 100, that's the index that I'd pick. So you're spot on, Archegos. Let's see, Brumty, and that's at BRUMMTY. Isn't the sell-off in Wells Fargo getting just a little bit ridiculous? Yeah, maybe it is. The amount of market cap loss compared to whatever the fine could be seems irrational to me. Yep, it does to me as well. This is another 5% down day for Wells Fargo. You take a look at stocks like JP Morgan that are down fractionally, and by fractionally, I mean less than 0.2%. Wells Fargo's down far worse, 5% drop over there. So it does seem like they're being targeted by shorts, which could create a nice opportunity for us to buy and establish a bigger position. So I would be patient, but on days like today, I wouldn't mind picking up some leaps and then starting a right campaign, meaning sell, 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 upside calls against those leaps. All right, shipping. Harrison 20, whose handle is Bedouin 5000, BEDOUIN 5000. And I know a guy that gives away books on CNBC plus shipping and handling, and he is a military expert. Can't wait to get the My Pillow guy's opinion. All right, well, so since you asked, Harrison, I'll give you my opinion. I'm happy that we are leaving Afghanistan. I think without a defined goal, I don't want to spend any more blood and treasure. Treasure meaning those young men and women who have gone over there and lost their lives or limbs in following orders, doing what they were told to do. I don't want to spend any more of that blood or treasure. But since you ask and make the statement that I am a military expert, I'd say I'm far more of a logistics expert than our president is, because you're right, I do get a lot of books delivered all over the country. And I know a thing or two about logistics. And I know that if it was my job and I would have the blood on my hands for getting men and women out of harm's way, I would have started months ago doing that. I wouldn't start in the middle of August if I had an August 31st departure date. Now, you can blame the president that was in office before, and yes, I will say his name, Trump. You can blame Trump for anything you want, and he probably deserves it. However, the exit is all on this president and his woke generals who think that it's so important for people to be very aware of transgenderism and so forth, but perhaps not as aware of logistics. Because if I had to move 40, 50, 100,000 people out of a country, I wouldn't do that with 2 weeks to go, unless I absolutely had to, unless that was the only option, and it wasn't. The president made this announcement in April, Harrison, that he would depart. I think I would have started taking people out of the country then. I would have told all American citizens there and said, you want to do it alphabetically? However you want to do it, Harrison, I would have said, okay, let's start with A through C, and let's get you guys to the airport by Wednesday. And then Wednesday through Saturday, let's go D, E, F, and so forth and so on until we get all the Americans out, except for the embassy and the military. And then what would I have done, Harrison? I would have moved all of the allies and their families that I could out of the country. Now, was there a civil war going on? Yes. Was Kabul pretty safe? Yes. We hadn't had a single military combat death in 18 months. So I'd say Kabul was pretty safe. Would I have given up Bagram Air Force Base, Harrison? No. Again, logistically, it's a lot easier to defend than Kabul Airport was, Hamid Karzai International, as it's known. So I think I have a lot more expertise, apparently, than our president. And maybe I care a lot more about the men and women who've made that ultimate sacrifice. And maybe I wouldn't be checking my watch when I'm there at their funerals either, Harrison. So I think the empathy this president has shown is shameful. I think the decision-making here was horrible, imbecilic, idiotic. Nonetheless, I would still be trying to get the remaining citizens out. I would not have left those military dogs either, by the way, because I think that's just, adding insult to injury. Do I think that the humans are more important? Yes, I do. And I would do everything in my power to get Americans, allies, families, and then the $85 billion in arms, Harrison, I might have decided to take a lot of that out of the country too. Lastly, I would close up the embassy, and as that staff left, I would have our military leave as well. And that's how I would have done it, Harrison. So if you have want to take issue with that, happy to debate you. But I think the alternative, the one the president picked, was absolutely the wrong path. I am Jon Najarian. If you would like to learn more about trading options, not just logistics, then check out marketrebellion.com/get started. That is marketrebellion.com/get started. We've got coaches, we've got mentors, we've got free books like the one Harrison wants. Make sure you check them out, folks. marketrebellion.com/get started. I'll see you tomorrow on the halftime report.